Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. I decided to go back to the 7 o'clock time. So that's the time I'll be doing this podcast from now on. I'll be doing it at 7 o'clock. Folks, I got to tell you this. Last week, I did not have my channels on Facebook nor YouTube turned on, but this time I made sure it was turned on. So the part that you missed last week was about Shelby County. Shelby County, where Percy Bland lives with his wife and his son lived there until he went off to college in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, Montgomery, Alabama is not that far from Alabama, probably maybe about 50, maybe 40, 50, 60 miles. So I would say that I don't know where, and Pyron plays ball with Troy State University, and he played with Thompson High School. He played on the varsity team in the 12th grade, and he started playing baseball when he transferred there. And folks, but I want to tell you this, and you know, I want to say this to the Democratic people, the ones that signed Percy Bland's qualification. Let me tell y'all about the penalty. So this is first, well, I want to slow down because I don't want to miss any information, and I don't want to, splice my commas, fuse my sentences together. So this is the penalties, right? And this is coming from the Department of Revenue. They have rules based on the law. So the Department of Revenue, the penalty phase of it, and it said any person who swears under oath to the truthfulness of an application which is found to contain a false statement is guilty of perjury. Okay. Now, in addition, okay, any person who knowingly make a false claim for exemption or a false statement on the application or omits a material fact on the application in order to obtain an exemption is guilty of a misdemeanor. Anyone who assists another person in preparing a false claim for exemption is also guilty of a misdemeanor. If the person is convicted, the punishment includes a fine of not more than $500 or 6 months imprisonment. If an exemption is obtained under false pretense, such as Percy lives in Alabama. He lives in Alabama. His wife lives in Alabama. I've already read the law to you that if you live in Alabama, you cannot claim homestead exemption. If you're married, both you and your wife, the only way he could have been successful at that is had he and his wife been divorced, and they're not divorced. And I provided evidence to you last week about that, but I'm not going to do it this week. In addition, if anyone who submit a fraudulent application, that's an application with fraud on it, is in violation of section 27-33-31, Mississippi annotated is guilty of a felony. And of course, I read to that section of the law, and what the fine goes from $500 to $5,000 and 2 years in prison, or both. And in Percy's case, he's been doing it. He put the house on the market, but he probably you can have a house up for sale and still be your homestead exemption if you live in there. And he took it off the market for sale. He was asking too much for it. He was asking $400,000 for it. And so, but now Percy is running for mayor. Now for almost 4 years, he has not went to a city council meeting. And I went before the city council meeting, maybe about 2, 3, maybe 4 months ago. Percy Bland was not there. Now the Bama is showing up at the city council meeting. See, Percy's problem is that he thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks just like white folks think. Now let me tell you what Percy lived at. What cut off last week. Percy lived in Alabaster, Alabama, which is Shelby County, the reddest. When I said the reddest county in the state of Alabama. Now, too bad talking again, and that's my opinion, and I'm right to it. And but one evidence of that is all of you, if you don't know it, Google Shelby County versus Holder. In 2010, Shelby County, Alabama, where Percy lived at, filed a lawsuit against Section 5A of the Voters' Right Act, and that's when the Supreme Court went with Shelby County. So this is where Percy lived at, folks. I don't even think it's 2 black people live in that county. That 2, but yes, bro, you know it more than that live there. But folks, I got to be a little bit facetious. But anyway, I wanted to point that out to you. But I wanted to let people know that when you and let's just talk in suppositions for a moment. If you was to know if it's you've been made aware of a person committing a felony, do you know that makes you an accessory to the fact? And so I want to tell the Democratic part of this and the city of Meridian. If y'all certify Percy Bland and I have given you this information, then you opening yourself up. Now, is it really worth you going to jail? I don't care how much you like that Negro. Is it worth you going to jail? Is it worth you being embarrassed? Is it worth you getting handcuffed the same time he is? Is it worth it? No, it's not. Nobody wants to go to jail at all. Who wants to go to jail for Percy Bland? Now tell me, how many of you all have seen him the last 3 years? You saw him every now and then. When you went into his office, you didn't see him. And some of you churches there, he come there every Sunday and leave on Sunday and go home. That's the Great Hope playbook. But I ain't, look, I'm too smart to live in one place and vote in another place. I am too smart. Percy, do you realize that you have also committed voters fraud, which is a felony in this state? Yeah, you hear too bad, bro. Did you call the FBI? Yes, I call them. Yes, I call the FBI. They don't like you anyway, Percy Bland. And all of you out there that's on the Percy Bland bandwagon, boy, how y'all gonna feel when y'all eat egg? You finna eat egg now. You finna eat crow. It don't taste good. I don't had to eat it before. It don't taste good at all. I don't care what kind of season. They said just put hot sauce on chitlin. It tastes worse than chitlin. Chitlin tastes like shit. They said you just ain't seasoned it right. They ain't cooking them. Ain't clean. You can't clean chitlins or crow up. Crow is worse than chitlins. And I can tell you this, folks, that y'all gonna have egg on your face because you jump on the wrong bandwagon. Now, I want to talk to people that supporting Copeland. You blind also. See, now I made the only person that has ever done well as an independent was Weston Linderman. He done very well as an independent. And I mean, people tell you things, but you don't know until you know. Now, Weston Linderman done well, but if you're a serious candidate for office, you will run either as a Republican or you will run as a Democrat. Lauderdale County is a red county, but the city of Meridian is a blue city. And they know that. The people's in power know that. So they buy niggas out. Negroes like Percy Bland and Jimmy Smith. They buy them out. Now, I'm told that, and Lord, I don't mean no disrespect, but I can understand that you would bash Jimmy Smith, who has never arrested you, or his police officer have never arrested you and put fake and false charges on you. Now, I don't care what anybody say. He put it on me. Percy Bland did it to me. He was wrong. That stuff been dismissed. But Jimmy Smith could have stopped it. Now, listen at you. I'm looking at you all out there so you can see my face. Now, you, damn it, Donald Trump runs the United States. The mayor of Meridian, whomever it is, runs that city. And all the department heads gonna do exactly what he say. So Percy lying ass, he did that shit trying to shut me and you up, Lord. Did not work. But if we didn't have the resources or the relationships that we had, we would have never got out of jail. With that kind of bond, but I would have got out. I don't know. You know, you have to have good friends in the right places sometimes. But anyway, I just want to point that out to it. And it's obvious that you're supporting Jimmy. I mean Percy, if you're back. But Lo, what you gonna do when Percy go to jail? Now let me tell you how tenacious I'm going to be dealing with Percy Bland. I am going to be so tenacious. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now, one thing I can say about Anderson. Hell no, I don't like him. Don't think I'm finna start. I don't like him. But one thing I can tell you about Anderson, he was like a freaking bulldog. He was intent upon putting me and Lolo in prison. He was intent on putting us in jail. That's why the charges kept coming. For his intensity, he win the award for that because he went above and beyond. Got so bad, the DA just told him, look, don't bring it. Can I curse a little bit? Can I say it in my way? I'm paraphrasing. I ain't saying that D.A. Coleman said this. She don't bring this shit in my face no damn more. You get the fuck out my face and get on down the road somewhere. Now, Two Belt, no, that's my story. No, Cassie did not say that. But And she just said basically, and then I still got the paperwork. She said, don't bring it up here no more. And she put it into an order. And I want to thank her for that. And then of course, Lolo stuff been expunged, mine hadn't. So they still open and leaving the door open for me to file a lawsuit. And I assure you folks, I won't make the mistake of allowing for them to ease out the back door with qualified immunity, which is some bullshit in the first place. So I said that about Anderson, not to give him kudos. I said that about him, person, that I'm going to be worse than that on your ass. I'm going to do everything I can. See, the difference between what Anderson did and what I am doing is that I am within the law. I factually know that Anderson took it to the attorney general because they are the ones that investigate cybercrime, and the attorney general told him that it was not a felony, what the video that they showed. But Anderson took it upon himself. Mississippi does not have a cybercrime unit. They cannot process cyber crimes because you got to have certain evidence. He still took it upon himself to take it to his attorneys, of which they did. Robert Jones. Oh boy, Robert Jones, I got rid of you behind that. Got rid of you. And I can tell you folks is that they charged me and Lowe would throw the book at us, mess with our reputation. I'm talking about did all kind of harbor, and it just was not true. But guess what? I know because I've done the research. And I tell y'all, I research better than most lawyers. I know the law better than I do. I can name a lawyer, and I can name a couple of lawyers that I'm better than. But I have beat some of the most, I say, educated and expensive lawyers in the United States. I have beat them myself by filing pro se petitions. Now, I want to tell you this again, person. I want to reiterate. I'm going to stay on top of this till I put your ass in prison, until I'm gonna give you you're gonna get a felony record. Oh, what a way we when we practice to deceive. Oh, yes. And then I don't understand you folks. All of a sudden you see person show up. He ain't been up in your face. He ain't been asking you for a vote. He's everywhere and got all y'all excited. Y'all ain't nothing but I don't care if you get mad at me. Yeah, look. Let me stop for a little bit, man. I want to tell y'all this. I told y'all how Deidre Thomas got shot by his own gun, shot herself. Do you know over 5,000 people listen at that? See, that's the kind of way you Negroes are. Y'all listen at things that it's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help you. What I'm telling you something now that would improve the quality of your life. And guess what? He ain't there no more. But guess what? Now, I'm telling you something now that's going to improve the quality of your life. And you Negroes, y'all should be telling everybody, that should be the talk. This nigga running for damn mayor, he ain't even qualified. He don't even supposed to be on the ballot. Now, folks, I got something else to tell y'all, but Two Belt already told me, but he just, y'all say he just slapped me upside the head, so don't tell that. So next week, I'm going to tell y'all something else. But I promise you, person, I'm going to stay on top of this. You're definitely breaking the law. Again, if you want to know about Shelby County, Alabama, where person live, he's telling you right there, he don't care about you. You remember when he became mayor, he took his children out of public school and put them in private school. His daughter graduated from Lamar, and when they moved out after he lost his mayorship, his son started going to Thompson High School in Alabama, where he graduated at. And y'all gonna let this man do y'all like that? Oh no, I'm not gonna let it. I'm gonna stay on top of it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put flyers out. I'm gonna get me about 1,000 flyers out, and I'm gonna get them out. I'm gonna make me a booklet. Ain't gonna cost people nothing. Man, I ain't gotta do a lot, but I ain't lying on them. I'm stating facts. I'm gonna I have it go through the mail. I'm gonna make sure every household in Meridian get this information, person. You people that are running Mississippi, that are the puppeteers that are controlling the puppets, both Jimmy and Percy. You guys picked the wrong Negro then. Man, shit, y'all got to stop being like wishy-washy. Stand up for something. And look at Meridian. Meridian ain't in bad shape because we keep picking the wrong leaders. Meridian in bad shape because good people, when they try to stand up, you Negroes won't stand up behind them. Meridian in the condition that it is because of the citizens of Meridian. Y'all accept any kind of shit. They can tell y'all anything, and then you go for it. Then you look and start complaining and want people like me to put my life on the line and interfere with mine. We gonna say my activities, my personal time to try to help you out, but your ass won't even stand up and vote. And then you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Donald Trump gonna make a lot of y'all vote the next time this election comes around. But look at Percy Bland. Look at him as being damn Donald Trump Jr. He got that same mentality. He at least Donald Trump is way more man than damn Percy Bland, because Percy Bland running as a Democrat. He ain't no fucking Democrat. He's a damn Republican. He using you Negroes. Now, Jimmy Smith is a Democrat with a red coat on. He always have been a Democrat. But he ain't doing nothing for the Democrats. He ain't doing nothing. Look at y'all. Percy ain't done nothing for you guys in 8 years, and Jim ain't done shit for Negroes in 4 years. I have to say Negroes because I'm trying to get away from that nigger stuff. Because Tool Belt, you know, he back here telling, whispering in my ears, bro, you can't be. So I'm saying Negroes now. I know that's something from the 60s, but I'm going to try. And it used to be color. I'm going to eventually transition and say, people, y'all just got to work with me. I ain't all the way saved. Well, I ain't saved at all. But anyway, and it was the Civil Rights Act of 1965, and that's what Shelby County changed. And so they don't have set asides for blacks anymore. We don't get any kind of preferential treatment when it comes to voting, and also so many students. It affected all types of things. Where schools lets you in not because you're qualified, but because of the color of your skin. They did away with all that kind of stuff. I don't have an opinion on that. But I did want to tell you that guy, but I got something I could tell y'all, but I ain't tell you. But Two Bell said, bro, come on, tell us just a little bit. Folks, I can just tell you this, is that I filed complaints against Percy. I'm going to be filing it against the Democratic Party. I called the chairman up and I asked him to call me, and he did. He has not called me. So the Democratic Party, if they certify Percy Bland and this information out there, that means that they're not doing their due diligence. And anytime you help someone perpetuate a fraud or a lie, folks, now I'm gonna tell you now, I already talked to one of my family members. They're gonna be filing for Percy to be removed from the ballot in circuit court. The first thing that person gonna do is they're gonna go to the Democratic Party and ask them to remove him from the ballot with their evidence. And so if that don't do so, next week I'll be telling y'all what all this family member has done. I'm going to be asking for an emergency meeting of the executive board of the Democratic Party, asking them to remove Percy Bland from the ballot. He's not eligible for mayor. Trying to pull that too best. Don't you do it. I even heard my mama say something, boy, you better stop talking like that. You can do better than that. But anyway, folks, just a little small podcast. I'm going to be doing it for 7 o'clock now every Thursday. Y'all have a good evening. If you have any questions, I'll read your comments later. Just come up and ask. All right. Y'all have a good evening.